different methods of digital payments. Digital payment systems are basically systems that have been put in place to help people make payments cashless. Digital payment systems have revolutionized the way people everywhere make payments. Merchants and consumers no longer have to carry large amounts of cash wherever they're going to, simply because digital payment systems are beyond convenient and secure. It has brought to light so many shadow transactions, change and help people with cash and check handling issues. Some of the different types of digital payment methods are internet banking. With internet banking, it's just you having your bank services on an online platform. That is, you'll be able to do all of your transactions online. Another important thing to note is the cards, banking cards. What banking cards do is they help you to make transactions online and offline. What you can do with these cards is you'll be able to enter your data into applications to help you make payments digitally and of course more conveniently as well as cashless. POS machines, also referred to as point of sales machines, are found in outlets where you can easily make payments and transactions cashless. All you have to do is slot in your card and then you would automatically be able to make your payments cashless, and they're very easy to use and convenient. USSD, also referred to as unstructured supplementary service data. What this does, it allows people to actually have access to transactions or do transactions on their mobile phones without the need for them to download applications or even have access to the internet or mobile data. It is very easy to use and help people make transactions conveniently on their mobile devices. Mobile wallets, these are also referred to as virtual wallets. What they do is they help people to make transactions very easily. All you have to do is download an application, insert the data, that is your credit card or debit card details, into this mobile application, and then you'll be able to do your transactions cashless. Digital payment systems have revolutionized the way people everywhere make payments. Governments, institutions, organizations, as well as individuals do not have to worry about cash and check handling errors. They do not have to worry about shadowy transactions, simply because digital payment systems are beyond convenient and secure. They increase overall economic growth. Thank you very much for sticking by. We'll see you in our next segment.
The diversity of learning information technology in the educational system, we see a group of young people who are trying to form a collective where they can share ideas, show guidance to each other to excel on the path that they're already on. Now, the lack of resources in the country calls for these kind of spaces that we can utilize and help young people to boost each other and help them on the careers that they want to choose.
DSC is to bridge the gap between theory and practice, because we learn a lot at the school, but most of the time we don't practicalize it. So DSC came for students to practicalize what they learn in schools and build projects for businesses and local communities.
When I found out about the club, and then I found out their objective, and then I found out what they wanted to do for the student, then I decided to join. Because at that time, when it comes to my programming skills, I was very bad. So I think those were one of the reasons that I joined the club, to help me improve my skills in programming.
Like, for example, in the School of ICT, we have never been taught that. So somehow and to some extent, it definitely influenced my interest in that particular programming language. And then today, I would say that definitely it has really impacted my life. And then on the side of the students as well, it has definitely created a very huge impact, because like most of the students, they are also finding it difficult in their programming language, for example, in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So what we did was like we brought up individuals from different walks of life who are actually good in those particular areas to come and help out these students, and along the line it definitely boosted their programming skills.
We believe hackathon is a very good thing, but we believe if we start working on different projects in different aspects like agriculture, health, transportation, then here against January we can have a lot of projects we can show the world that this is what we have been working on.
For example, creating partnership with tech industries outside there, who could perhaps like create internship opportunities for their students. Or maybe at the end of the day, like they could even potentially even employ them and then give them something that they could benefit from.
So QUI it stands for Know What You Eat. It's an application that feeds users with the information on their daily meals.
The illiteracy level in this country is high, and many people are eating foods that we don't know about. Foods that are hurting us inside, but we don't know about it. We don't know the calorie levels and their values nutritionally. So our aim right now is to improve that and change it.
Here, if you search for a particular food, let's say cake, you press search, it shows you the cake. If you can check for the content. It shows you the content, everything that the cake entails. You can check for the price here. You can check for the vendors. Vendor here means the places where it is sold in your geographic area.
What I'm saying is basically is let it not be limited to UPG alone. Let it go to other schools. You know, mostly it's for the school of ITC. And then I have friends that are so much interested in let's say IT, especially programming and other stuff, web development. So I think they can also move beyond not only School of ITC. They can also touch areas less like School of Art and Science. I think that also would help, just for them to have that exposure, so that they can be let's see. I don't know, because if you talk about DSE, some people they don't know what even DSE stands for. So I think they need to do that so that they can have more exposure.
Again, I think the School of ICT, that is ITCA, being the sub-association of which the DSE is registered under OPEN, and then the faculty members as well as the HOD also have a role to play in this. Because one, this is not only about us, it's not only about the students in the School of ICT, but it's also about national development. Because whatever we're doing today or whatever knowledge we're imparting on these students, obviously is going to resonate and try to create an impact in the long run as well as in the lives of those people. So I think more or less like collaborative efforts need to be done. Like we need to work more on collaborative efforts to see that whatever these students, whatever we are teaching these students is not only limited here, but would also go a long way to creating job opportunities for them outside there.
We represent a community of farmers who place a high value on our customers' welfare, environmental responsibility, and food quality. Our customers are at the heart of everything that we do. One of our values is to treat people how they want to be treated. We now see workers engaging while continuing to process the food. We will get to witness the whole process all the way to packaging it. Our customers want great products at a great value, and we believe that healthy, sustainable products should be affordable to all. No matter what happens, we will never lower the quality of our products, because our customers deserve better, which reflects one of our fundamental goals as a Gambian-owned company. Uniglobal, this is us.
Now baby, am I down? jobs, natako tenke. Gram jobs, yo wati nende. Gram jobs, easy akadide. Digital marketing and advertisement. Are you a company that wants to sell your products and services? Join the platform. Are you an employer looking for qualified candidates? Join the platform.
Gram jobs platform, no need to fill a form. SMS 1820, you are done. So utilige kat jara tuwaru di dox be di dan.
Jakalo banta, abanta, jakalo banta. Subscribe ye.
Are you looking to hire? Join Gumjobs. We have thousands of professionals who are ready to apply.
Dip it, sip it, spit it like whoa. Check it, spin it, hit it, mix it, work it like whoa. Whoa. Turn it, drop it, scratch it, dub it, crack it like whoa. Pop it, lock it, tap it, switch it like whoa. Whoa. Here we go, it's solid. Hey, didn't know so much. I think I like. I want some more. Got me feeling like got me jumping, got me feeling good. So excited, feeling like I should. It's so fantastic. Hashtag I should post it. It's like whoa. It's so fresh, it's so fly, it's like so dope. It's the vibe, it's the hype, it's the buzz.
Uniglobal. This is us.
Africa, with its young population, is emerging as the new hub to facilitate the more use of e-commerce, making youths be entrepreneurs in their own domains and interact with customers in a more timely and efficient way. We no longer have to physically go to locations or stores to get what we want. We can get anything that we need in the comfort of our homes. These platforms are slowly coming up here in our country with brilliant minds developing apps and web platforms that can make buying and selling online much easier.
Yeah, so Sellout is an e-commerce platform. I know that sounds like a big word, but all it is a way for you to buy and sell online. So it makes it really easy for a business owner to get set up, put their products online, so I can connect with customers who are here locally or who are abroad.
E-commerce is very new. In some part, I won't say in all of Africa, but some parts of Africa, especially Gambia. So trying to onboard some of our customers, we've noticed that there's a lot of awareness that is needed. So the way we had to overcome it is we had to do one-to-one coaching or training to basically guide them on how to use our platform and basically constant feedback.
It's really, really difficult to expect the country to move forward in a very high-tech, technologically based way. Not only that, but we also have the problem of illiteracy. We have the problem of people not being able to afford a smartphone. We have a problem of our mobile data being incredibly expensive. So by developing Alchemy, what we've done is we've taken the most modern technology and partnered it with SMS, which is incredibly reliable. We have, I think, 115% telephone penetration. SMS has a 98% open rate.
The digital payment system is a huge problem, especially in Gambia here. I've had a first-hand experience with it myself, and I think it is what is retarding most of our e-commerce companies here, because there's this opportunity. The market is huge. The market is huge. It's not only in the Gambia alone, because you have a website, you put it online, anybody could see it. Even if the person is in Finland or some other country, they could see it and they could place their orders. You understand? But then when you look at the way that the payment methods here operate, the payment companies operate, it makes it very hard for a startup company, a digital startup company like us, to acquire some of these payment methods that would have helped our business a lot.
So far, what has worked for us is just doing it anyway, regardless of thinking about failing, and also like identifying some other things that make e-commerce work. Because if I'm at home, I expect delivery to work, I expect payments to work. And this infrastructure is not yet here. So how do we bring it here, or how do we make it possible? And so far we've hit all sorts of roadblocks, but we've been slowly making this possible.
Data is something that every professional discipline needs to do their job properly. When you go to the doctor, the first thing they ask you is, what's wrong with you? They're collecting data. You expose your most intimate, details about yourself when you go to the doctor, but that's fine because you trust the doctor, right, to fix your problem. The telephone company already has all the data that they need from you. It's a lot of work to go back and get a text message from you on a particular day, so much so that it's actually almost, you don't need to, it's the consequence, the fear of, somebody spying on you or something like that is there. But at the end of the day too, you have to be doing something, very, impactful or game-changing or against somebody's interest in such a big way that, it becomes an issue.
Some parts of Africa have actually adopted e-commerce and it's working for them. However, there are certain parts in Africa where they just don't understand it yet and there's not enough market reach. However, I've noticed that, especially during this COVID-19, Africans now know that there is a need for e-commerce, and it actually makes it easier to basically sell, especially in this pandemic. So I definitely think e-commerce is in its early stages in Africa and has a lot of a lot coming.
But those are the challenges of starting a business. So we are ready to face it because we know that there's a huge future for it. And the future is not only for us as the owners, it's for the Gambia as a nation. So let's start supporting it. Let's start getting ourselves into this e-commerce. In the future, nobody knows what will happen. I'm not praying for another coronavirus, but let's say we have another coronavirus. If we had all these e-commerce companies and we are utilizing them, then it would be way easier for the government to control people as well. So we have to, as Gambians, we have to think positively of these e-commerce companies and look at them as solutions for our problems. Because anytime you want to order a product, you're busy or you're doing anything, just take your phone, order it, and then we'll have it delivered to you.
Did you know, of the African innovations, 58% are ICT driven, 25% are based on 3D printing, and 11% are on robotics.
Hello and welcome. In this segment, we'll be having a very nice discussion on the differences between the iPhone and Android devices.
So we'll have a nice conversation between two groups of young people, just mentioning about the differences between iPhone and Android.
Stay tuned.
The iPhone has a very tight security, which in when a person lost his or her iPhone, it is easily being able to track down no matter where and any place in this world. But when it comes to the Android, once you have lost your phone, you cannot regain it. And in the case that you don't want the iPhone no more, you can just have a laptop or a desktop wherein you can put in your iCloud, and then you can put in your password, you can put in your necessary information to get all those documents, if at all it's a company, to get all those documents required from the iPhone. So in that case, when it comes to Android, you don't have a huge variety of security.
Talking of security, there's nothing that you can do now. If you lose your iPhone, trust me, if someone picks it up, it's a game over. Because the trackers now, they know how to do that. Now let's talk of the price. The money that you're using to spend on iPhone, it's not worth it. The money you used to buy one iPhone, I can use to buy 3 Android phones. And at the end of the day, what I can use on my mobile phone, you can't even do that. That's a waste on yours.
Talking about features, the iPhone has the iMessaging, it has the AirPods, it has the iHealth Lab, which is the company responsible to monitor scales of your body. For example, the iScale Labs enables you to measure your blood temperature, it enables you to know your weight, to know your height, and many other things, etc. So the features in the iPhone cannot even stand a chance for the Android to come in.
iPhones, they're earpieces. When it comes to iPhone 7 and above, there is no 3.5mm earplugs. So when you forget your dongle at home, you cannot plug in an iPhone. You only have to use a Bluetooth or something, whereby an Android, earphones work, 3.5mm will work, the Android charger port would work, and a Bluetooth would work. So you could buy a simple 3.5mm earphone anywhere you are to use it. But the dongle is very expensive, and for me, I would deem it a waste of money to buy just a simple earphones for such a high cost. You say cameras. Have you seen the S20 or the Note 15 or the Note 10? They're expensive. They're not that expensive as the iPhone 12 or the iPhone 11 Pro, but their cameras is equal as good. They portrait, they're wide range, and they do all kind of stuff. They have good editing systems, and they have presentations on it. You can do equal stuff that you do on an iPhone, on an Android, for a lesser price. And also, the Androids are many in the market. You can have, there's over 1 million Android phones in the market. And iPhones, it's just from iPhone 1 to iPhone 12. There's a limited amount of hardware of iPhones in the market, but Androids have an abundant amount of iPhones. Android, you have the ZTE, you have the Huawei, you have the Samsung, the Note, the J series. There are many in the market, but iPhone is limited to a few, and those few are at a higher price. But Androids, a poor man can get an Android. Can a poor man get an iPhone? So if a poor man was to do his work, how would he use an iPhone to do his work? So he had to go and buy an Android. In the country we live in here, half of us are poor. Not even half, 99% of the country here is poor. People cannot afford iPhones. The people that have iPhones are either the people who have big jobs or they have relatives in abroad.
You talked about the poor people, but have you thought of the illiterates? There is where Apple comes. It has a specific launch and an easy use, and over 60 years, it has its consistency. With Android, as you said, they have different launches. So maybe you'll be able to use this Android, but this one has a different complication, all of that. But with Android, with Apple, wherever it comes, it's all the same. It has an easy use. The Apple has launched it so well that an illiterate can just go on with it easily compared to the Android.
I totally disagree with you. When you talk of the illiterates, the only phone that they know how to use is Android.